What's up, guys? It's your boy Pete, and welcome back to Planting with Pete. Now, if you're new here, this channel consists of almost everything houseplant related that tickles your fancy. Hit that subscribe button, sit back, and enjoy the video. So, guys, on today's video, we are going over my top 5 plants that it's a must that I replaced. There's like one on this list that's not considered a replacement, but I do want to make it a fuller pot. You know, some of the quickest way to get a full pot of something is either buy a fuller or buy a couple plants and then make them fuller. But yeah, this one is technically not a replace, but if I can find like a hanging basket or just a pot of these, I don't want to say it's kind of hard. I'm not replacing that one, but that one is the newer one. Hopefully, is much more mature, and a bigger plant. And then I'm adding this one to technically that plant, but I'm actually adding the big plant to that plant, which makes it. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? But there's one of those, and then replacing wise, there's two that I did trade off, and then there's also replace wise, there's two that just needs replacing. All right, this is gone. All right, I didn't sell it, I didn't trade it, it died on me. Okay, and both of these were my fault. Literally 3,000% my fault. But let's go ahead and get into the video, you guys. So the first plant that I was telling you guys that I do want to make a fuller pot on is the not a Monstera, Syngonium albo. What I would do is put a photo of what my plants are looking like now. A lot of you guys haven't seen some of these in a while, but I put pictures of what mine look like now. Even if, if they're dead, like two that I was saying before, I will put pictures of what they look like, which was just, anyway, guys. But yeah, this is my Syngonium albo. I love this little hair plant. I grew this plant literally from a node, and as you can see, she is kicking. Now, she has graduated from the prop box that I'm so honest to God glad I did, because if you guys been following me, then you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about with those God-forsaken prop boxes, all right? Again, not their fault, 3,000% my fault, but it's just the point that it happened, you know. So, but anyway, she did graduate from out of there. She could have actually stayed in there a lot longer, as you can see by the size of the plant. She definitely could have stayed in there. It wouldn't have hurt anything. They're all out in my greenhouse, so the humidifier is just constantly running, all right? So it's the same. Well, kind of like not now, because it's like 3 degrees outside, and I brought my prop boxes in here. They would definitely go out inside the greenhouse. Growing her out there in a node, but of course I just wanted to be everything to be safe, and I put it in the prop box, and she hatched out, and I'm loving her now. But as you can see, if you've been following me, then you know my Syngonium collection is not massive. I have 3 Syngoniums. But all of my Syngoniums are bigger than this Syngonium. Is like all of them, I say like 2. All right, it's bigger than this here Syngonium, but I just want a fuller pot, and then I just also love the variegations on their plant. And there's just something about that plant that I do love. And as you can see, I have been literally babysitting her for a very long time, and she's definitely getting to the point where she's fixing to vine out. I pay attention close to the nodage part of the leaf and where the area roots come out at on a lot of my plants, especially the ones that are growing up and then they're starting to vine over. That way I can kind of, you know, guesstimate when they're going to fall over, decide to lean, and if I want them to grow up something, I can go ahead and start staking. Even though you can go ahead and start staking way before then, but it's just something I do personally. But yeah, guys, a fuller pot of those. I haven't heard in a long time now, but I did hear a long time ago that these here albos were in Home Depot in the hanging baskets. The smaller baskets, I think they're probably around $12, $13. And then like the bigger, not like gallon, but the bigger ones are like, those are the ones with like $20. Let's just say that 15 or 17, random number, all right, one of those. But haven't heard anything about it in a long time, not even on Instagram, and that's where I heard it from. Could be on Facebook. I really don't do Facebook, so I don't know, but I do YouTube and still haven't heard anyone else since then. Since that little quick time span era, it was like a couple of weeks, maybe a month. Hopefully one day soon I can get a whole pot of these, even though propagating them was it easy? I don't know. I don't consider. I mean, it's still propagating, but I don't consider like a wet stick of propagation. If you get what I'm saying, without the leaf, whatever, guys. Don't judge me, but yeah, if I can get a full pot of these, I would definitely add it into her. Technically, not replacing, but if we're being technical, it's the bigger plant, so I am replacing the smaller plant with the bigger plant. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, hopefully I can run across one of these in Home Depot here or anywhere. Home Depot in Georgia, so fingers crossed. If not, she's still fine. And that there's definitely not a, I need to have a full pot of it like right now. Now, mind you, I do want it not right now, but as close to right now as possible. Yeah, if I can get one, that'll be a blessing, but I'm not going to go out and purchase because I definitely could buy something else with that money instead of buying an elbow. I always do that. And then I end up buying something else instead of something that I said I wanted right then. But there's something else or something that I wanted a long time ago. I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay for this when I know I can pay for that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a lot, you guys. All right, second plant is my Monstera elbow. Again, I will put, matter of fact, I did a whole video on that. I missed that freaking plant. Like, we were here. I babysitted it. Well, I was babysitting all my plants to be completely honest with you, but we just had more of a bond, simply honest, because one, it was a Monstera elbow. Two, it was a cutting. I didn't want it to rot, so I definitely had to watch it. And then, yeah, that's it. So, I definitely do miss her. I traded one. The other one died. The one that had the slight variegation to it, the one that I traded has this spectacular variegation. Again, you'll see the pictures. I'm not adding the video, but you see the pictures up there. Oh my goodness. The other one died. Again, that was that period where I didn't water, and then prior to that, she was already dry. Now, mind you, I was already a little finicky on watering her, so she was growing in pure sphagnum moss, of course. So, you know, you have to stay on top of watering with that. And then also, my humidifier was not on during that time simply because of my philodendron narrows tiger's tooth. Was starting to get those real bad rust spots, and then I figured, you guys think I already seen the video, like that corner is like where all the moisture go to. She dried out on me, and then it got to the point where it was like curled up, and I'm like, well, I know I freaking watered you. Root rot, everything rot, stem rot, over. So that's gone, and again, it's just kind of like that elbow. It's just that variegation in that plant that really gets me, especially when the pattern is strong. It really doesn't even have to have a lot of that white on the white variegation. It can just be completely marble or speckled, but as long as it has like a good, at least each leaf has like a good splash of variegation, and I think I'll be fine. And again, it's just that pop of color. I do have some plants that you guys do not know about yet that do have the pop of color, and of course, I don't know, if I do purchase, make a somewhat big purchase, it'll be probably on a more mature leafed, maybe a top cutting, maybe three leaves, 3 nodes, something of that nature. Or if not a top cutting, then somewhere near a top cutting with some fenestrations on it. You know, I would prefer to have something, a stem or vine, preferably as thick as my arm here, which means, of course, you know, the plant itself is going to be huge before it really even gets to start off good. So dreams, okay? But yeah, I would definitely order something. And again, the stem does not have to be that big, but that's just a dream of mine. You know, but if I can do that, then when I get the whole plant. Yeah, we're going to not go down that road. But yeah, definitely get one at least towards the top cutting, fenestrations on it, grow it out, blase. And then, of course, you know, out in the greenhouse. Now, I'm actually thinking about either getting rid of or moving my that giant green emerald that I have. I love her to death, but yeah, it's a lot. All right, and there's a whole video on capacity that I made, and when I say we're way over capacity at this point, I can't even think straight. You remember, oh guys, real quick, you remember the whole entire, I just been talking and we were only on the second one, me redoing, you know, the greenhouse. Bad idea. Good idea, but bad idea. Not like bad in a sense as in you should have just left shit alone. All right, There's like definitely nothing wrong with it right now. I love it way better than I love the other situation. But like I just said a few seconds ago, I've acquired a shitload of plants. All right, and it's just like mind just blowing at this point. I'm so glad that I have a lot of these here plants, and I cannot wait to show you guys. There are. I'm just next plant. Next plant, you guys, is my Ethereum Queen. Again, I put a picture up there. The War Creatum. I did trade her out, and luckily I did this simply because of, I think maybe 2 or 3 days after that, that's when I had damn near had what is that? Heat stroke. I had the symptoms. All right. Just like with anybody else, when they're doing something that they are definitely enjoying, love to do, passionate about, don't see them doing anything else with their free time than doing plant stuff. That's me. I don't care if it's hot, cold, snowing, tornado, Jeepers Creepers, Finding Nemo. I don't care. You will see me somewhere dealing with the plant. You guys, look at my Sylvie. This is the new leaf that came in. As you can see, she's shining hard and off, but loving it. So way off topic right now. But you would definitely see me dealing with some type of plants, and I was out there with, why do I, okay, guys. You know I like to talk, and then it just jumps from a plant to, all right, I'm going to finish this, then we're going to finish these two, because, yeah, anyway, look, I did give her away 2 days before that, 2 days after that, rather. I had since the heat stroke. I was out there, and I get, like, completely, not even discombobulated. It's like there's no track of time at this point. There's no considered timing out there. I go out there, and I think it's like, well, be out here for a few seconds. I come back in, 4 hours no one's by, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? And I have to continue to tell myself, you're doing something you love doing, you're enjoying doing it, so of course time is just gonna go by. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, because you have something else that you need to do. Yeah, time is cut short on that end. But anyway, caught those symptoms. I couldn't do shit for about a week, and a lot of my plants suffered, and I mean suffered. You guys were there with me. It was just horrible, and I didn't have anybody to go out there and water like I needed them to. They were just instructed to do the minimum as possible. I'm glad that I did do that, because some of those that did suffer was kind of outgoing, you know, a little iffy, and they just went ahead and croaked, and then other ones just fine, and I knew for a fact they were still like overwatered at that point, so I wasn't really worried about it. But anyway, guys, traded her out. I definitely want one back into my collection. I'm starting to get into the Lopes. Is it called lopes? I don't know. The long leaf philodendrons is not a philodendron, but pretend that's a philodendron. The long leaf philodendrons, those are starting to, you know, they're rubbing on me, and yeah, I'm thinking about, yeah. So I should have purchased one, but I wasn't as prepared as I am now to house the plants. But anyway, you guys, I definitely want another one of those. Maybe 2 more. Look at, I said 2. Maybe 2 more of those to be in my collection again, just because of how they grow. I love the long foliage, and then of course the pattern on itself is just amazing, especially if you can get a dark form, which I'm trying to work some magic on. But hopefully I get another one. If not, I will get another one. All right, it probably won't be like anytime soon, but if I do, then I'll be grateful for it. Let's move on to the next plant. Now this next one that I just completely destroyed. Let's just get that on out there and out the way. Now this one was inside the prop box. You guys see me when I decided to finally cut it up after, I don't know, maybe 6 months. Basically, this is the Philodendron Bronners variegata. I love that little plant. Definitely want to replace it. Most definitely get a full pot of it. Cutting will work at this point, as I just said, like 50,000 times. Capacity is like, call the fire department at this point. There's like, that's a hazard. There's just too many plants. Not really, because there's more space. Don't tell yourself that. It's a hazard, all right? So if I can get a cutting, then that's fine. I can work with that and then just chop a prop, but it just has to be one with some spectacular variegation on it, and I don't want it to revert, and I dang sure don't want it to spaz out on me, kind of like that one did. I missed the watering. And this is another one of those stories. I missed the watering, and basically the leaf. If you've been following me, then any plants that I propagate, you do know that for some odd reason I can keep that propagated leaf alive. Now across the stream, across the waters, they do have competitions and things, and it's actually you're considered a freaking plant novelist if you can keep the propagated leaf and all the leaves after that. We're talking about the first, what is that thing called? Whatever the first leaf is called that looks a little funky, and then the next leaf, and then the year. I can do that, all right? Unless I miss the watering, okay, then things start to go downhill from there. But anyway, I missed the watering, and the main leaf, which was just gorgeous. I'll put a picture up here again of the plant and the mess, whatever. The plant has pretty variegation on it, which is why I got it in the first place. And then she grew maybe 2 leaves with nice variegation, and she just spazzed out. Could have been my fault. I did blast her with one of my high-powered lights that I did have that could have just made her spaz out, and she was just putting out all the yellow leaves, which was kind of cool. But I did notice once I moved her, those yellow leaves start to fall, and she wasn't keeping them. Now, it was fine because she was just pushing out yellow leaves, and they were just staying. There was no dropping or burning or any of that thing. I was staying on top of watering, feeding, all the stuff. So it was a nice little bushel. And then something happened, and then I decided to cut her, and then now she's dead. Yeah, she's dead. You might as well say she's dead. There's like this little piece left on her, and it's the yellow piece. Not happening, you know. So definitely want to replace that one. Even again, if it's just cuttings, and hopefully I can continue to prop and grow out. All right, next plant. I hate this to the point where I just did this. You guys followed that journey. I'm not good with pH in the water. Correction. I don't like pH in the water, all right? And I've learned with my process that I don't have to pH the water. I just need to know what type of water to use and when to gather that water. Water it, burn the hell out of it, maybe water it again and burn the hell out of it some more, I think. And then it started to show damage. And then I was thinking, well, we can do it how we do the rest of the other plants. It's a little damage there. It can fix itself, but Pete was not thinking. You just planted these in here. There's like 1 or 2 main stems that are actually connected to the post. That root system will be fine. The rest just rotted to hell all the way up. Yeah, I know. And then next thing you know, I put them in a prop box. I had nice firm stems. I had a lot of new growth points. And guess what the hell happens? I leave the prop box out in the middle of the 3,000.6 million degree sun. It cooked the shit out of them. And then now we're left with no painted ladies. That's how that happens. So, yeah, definitely want to replace her. I mean, I remember when I bought her. I have videos, you guys, of like when I bought my first pink princess, my first silver sword, all these little, well, rare, used to be fancy things back in the day. If you check my Instagram, it was like spectacular, and I got her from a little cutting leaf, grew her out. You guys seen her before I cut her. She was free growing. I do want to free grow another one. I'm always going to try to free grow my philodendron silver sword. And I want to try to free grow again my philodendron pink princess. I don't even want to talk about the one that my plant friend Finchie, that box went to hell. I could show you guys what's left. It's just a mess. But yeah, definitely want to get her replaced. Again, can start from a cutting. It does not matter. I definitely know how to grow them and grow them out and then grow them to be spectacular plants. It's just a matter of, hey, watch your feeding habits, all right? So I've definitely learned, definitely have learned when to gather the water so I don't have any of these issues, especially with a lot of my plants. So we're going to figure it out. So I might just, guys, whole nother video. I'm just going down a rabbit hole at this point. But yeah, you guys definitely want to replace her. A full pot of those just look freaking spectacular. Like when you see people, especially like from the UK or even like areas like California, you'll go into like some of these shops and you'll see this massive behind, or nurseries, see this massive behind painted lady growing up like a plank or something. I love that look. I do love the natural free growing. Well, it's not too natural. Free growing look as well. Now the free growing, you definitely have to have high humidity. They definitely have to be fed. And I mean fed, because they only have one standard root system. And then also this means that more than likely you have to do more repotting as time goes on, because these roots are just free growing roots in the air, all right? So pulling moisture and things out the air. So yeah, that is it, you guys, for today's video. My top 5 plants that I do want to replace. That is the Syngonium albo, the Monstera albo, the Anthurium warcreum, or the Queen Anthurium, and then we also have the Burrow Marks Variegata, and then the Painted Lady Philodendron, which I think personally is a good list. There is about, with these added, there's a total of maybe 15 that I had to try to choose from, at least the top, out of the top 5 out of those 15, which is fairly hard, to be honest with you. And a lot of these is like, you see the Monstera and the Queen. The other plants are like way cheaper than that. So I definitely had to try to, and I wanted them, you know. Well, I still want them, you know, but it was like a pull. It's just a lot, you know. It's something, I think this is more based on, well, that Monstera and that Anthurium is more based on plants that I'm not going to like continue to purchase. You see what I'm saying? Those prices are stables. They're not, Monstera's definitely not. I mean, the nodes, you can work with nodes. We're talking like plants, like the Queen, nice size Queen and things of that such, even a nice size elbow at that point. But I think it's just the simple fact of me going out and purchasing the same plant for a high price, if you get what I'm saying. So if I can get it, a trade is a lot better. A gift is a hell of a lot better. But if I do have to purchase it, then I don't want to spend those, you know, big dollars continuously buying those plants, which is why I think they're back on the list. Since they are somewhat high value plants. I mean, trust, we all know that there are like 50 million more plants that are higher than that. But yeah, guys, that is it here for today's video. Please do me a favor, hit that like button if you enjoyed. Also, comment down below. Let me know, do you have plants on your list that you would definitely like to replace? There could be something wrong with them, or you're like me, like the elbow, and just want to make a fuller pot and just call it a day. You really don't want to wait for it to grow. You want it like right now, and then as it grows, then we can figure that part out. But again, something could be wrong with it. You could have gave it away. Your cat could have ate it. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. A lot of things that I do use here over on the channel will be down in the description box below as well. Go and check those out. Like Ken said, use a coin in the checkout. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a join button as well. Also, there's a Cash App and PayPal down as well. Make sure you are subscribed. The button should be green, not red. And guys, this thing is like, and my social handles are down in the description box below. Go and give me a follow over there. Whatever I do, post on my Instagram, go straight to my Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and not Instagram, it gets the same thing. So yeah, that is it. Make sure you subscribe. Yep, make sure the notification bell is on to keep you notified and let you know what's going on over at Plantwitpete. Yep, that is it, you guys. I have like 4 more videos to do today. It's gonna be a tough day. Bye.